Hi, welcome back to The Sit-In. I'm your host, Martina Barksdale. Here at The Sit-In, we are a platform for marginalized communities, specifically Black people, to talk about our challenges, successes, ups and downs, you name it. Here at The Sit-In, you belong, here you are seen, and here you are heard. And here, you ain't gotta get up. All right, my guest today is Cagney Coomer. I have to actually read off your title because you have so much going on, all right? You are a PhD student in molecular biologist with a focus in retinal development and regeneration, and you are also the founder of the Nerd Squad. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about the Nerd Squad, your nonprofit that you have?
So Nerd Squad is a STEM nonprofit, and we focus on girls of color. It's like divided into like multiple assets, but I think the most impactful part is like us college students mentor high school girls, and then together we design and facilitate these interactive STEM activities, and then the high school girls go out into the community and they become the mentors, and then they mentor the little kids, and it's like this intergenerational science mentoring bridge sisterhood thing that happened.
I love that because a lot of times you don't see, especially not only women, but like women of color and Black women in STEM as much. What made you want to get in STEM, and what made you want to start this nonprofit?
Honestly, I used to want to be a marine biologist.
Okay.
But I grew up in Kentucky where we don't have an ocean.
Right.
And I had actually never seen the ocean, but on Discovery Channel, it was like crystal clear, looked like you could like swim in it, like cute little fish. I was like, I could spend my life doing that. And then I saw the ocean, I was like, it's big, you can't see the bottom, it's not really that clear. This is scary, I'm at the bottom of the food chain.
Right.
No, I don't think I want to do that anymore. And so I was like, maybe I'll go science. And so I just decided to kind of navigate away from the ocean where I could still learn things, but be at the top of the food chain.
Right, right. Have you always had a passion for science? Like what sparked you getting into science?
I think Discovery Channel sparked me getting into science. Like I genuinely wanted to be a marine biologist. And then when I learned like that there are so many other aspects of science, I've done plant science, I've worked with cells, now I work with zebrafish, like once I started to learn like how multifaceted it is, I was just like, there's no way I couldn't do this. I get to wake up every day and like learn something.
Right, right. That's so exciting. And for people out there, I mean, I did a little bit of Google what a molecular biologist is, but can you kind of like break that down in layman's terms to the people out there like me that, don't fully understand?
I like to play with DNA, RNA, and proteins. I am interested in how they work together and how the relationships of these things make a whole human. Because basically you're just a bunch of cells who are producing proteins, and it makes a person. That's amazing.
That is amazing. That is
right.
amazing.
And so I'm really interested in understanding the relationship between DNA and genes and genetics, and how those things lead to diseases, and how a gene that is responsible for how you develop could also be responsible for you having diseases. And how do you go from something that's advantageous that you need to become a person to something that can kill you?
Right, right. And I know you have a little bit of experience with your past and diseases and cancer as well. Do you mind talking a little bit about that and how your knowledge in that has related to your experience of you overcoming it?
I don't think it does. I think
doesn't?
that no, because I think that when people think about cancer, they think of, or any kind of disease, they kind of think of it like something foreign. But when I became a scientist, what I learned is it's really something less like a foreign object, but like a miniature you inside of you, right? And so everybody's like, oh, well, they can have a cure to cancer. They should have this cure. They should have this cure. They've been doing research for years. But in reality, when you're trying to kill a cancer in one person, it is literally like a mini-me inside of them. So how do you kill something that has all the same genes, all the same genetic makeup, and is literally a part of you without damaging you? Right.
Yeah.
And so it becomes this relationship of trying to manipulate this thing inside of you without killing you. And everybody's all like, there has to be a cure. Yeah, if I cure it, I'm probably going to kill you too.
Right.
So I can cure it, but how do I cure it and make you survive? And that's kind of what cancer research is more about. And so I didn't learn that until I became a scientist. Like I
Right.
had to understand how a cancer cell can take over your body and manipulate your bloodstream and take over your immune system and do all these crazy things to you. But really it's a cell that came from you. It's not a foreign object.
That's a really nice way of putting it, because I think with the whole idea of cancer, not really fully understanding it, because even though I have personal experience with other people and you listen to the doctors and things like that, but I haven't really fully got a chance to grasp it. But that was a great way to put it. So you've been through a lot of challenges, and I know with you doing the Nerd Squad for the past 8 years, you've seen some challenges with that. Can you talk a little bit about your challenges that you face in the community of Lexington with doing the Nerd Squad?
So it has to start. We got to take a step back. So I'm a PhD student in the Department of Biology at the University of Kentucky, but I'm the only person that looks like me.
Right.
I'm the only faculty person that looks like, there's no faculty that looks like me. The only other person in the building looks like me are janitors. And that's my everyday life, right? Yeah. When I look out into the world, I wonder why that's my everyday life. Like, why is it that I'm always occupying a space and I'm the only one? And then when I go out into the community and I tell people I'm a scientist, the first thing people in my own community say is, Black people don't do science. How'd you get into that? And so immediately I'm already engaged in a way that makes me a unicorn, instead of being engaged in a way that shows that this is something that we really do. I'm not the only one.
Right.
Maybe in Lexington I'm the only one, but as a network of people that look just like me and do what I do. And so when I came here, there just were no programs for girls of color here. There was just nothing going on for girls of color here. And there were so many things going on for boys of color here. And when I would say it, people would be like, well, the stats say they're having trouble graduating. But I'm a scientist, so you can't say stuff like that to me, because I can pick through those stats and tell my own story, because they're numbers, and you can manipulate numbers to do and say whatever you want them to say.
Exactly.
So yes, the stats say they graduate less, but the stats also say that we have girls of color have the highest suspension rate here, the highest expulsion rate, the highest referral rate. So just as much as you're cultivating these boys to be academically better, how come no one's supporting these girls and cultivating them to be mentally better, to go with that academic prowess that we apparently have here?
Right, right. And I think you do that. One thing I was very shocked in, because it was just announced that Fayette County Public Schools are having a STEM program for girls. And they're actually working with the University of Kentucky. So I was shocked to see that Cagney Coomer was not a part of the launching, being that you've been a staple in the community that I've seen. You're the only person that I can name that is doing a STEM program for girls, and you do it with such passion and conviction, and you've really grown something that you're passionate about. How did you feel about that announcement, and did you know about that announcement?
So I kept getting all these inboxes from mothers with daughters who've probably participated in Nerd Squad in some aspect, and they were all like, I'm so excited for this STEM school. Oh my God, I knew you would do something like this. Tell me all about it. I'm interested in my daughter going. I'm like,
What?
there's a STEM school? They're like, yeah. They start sending me flyers. I'm reading the flyers. I'm like, no, I didn't know that was happening. I'm sorry. It seems like it might be cool, but nobody ever bridged that gap. So then I had a meeting with the program director, and she basically told me all the people at that table, as many of them have experienced Nerd Squad, been to something Nerd Squad, participate. We literally have had a partnership with every school in this city. I am on, if it's a low poverty school, I am on every single one of their 21st century grants. We provide summer school curriculum, we provide after school programming, we provide classroom programming. My girls come there anytime they have events, science nights, anything that is asked of us, we show up for in this community. And when I got here, there were no STEM-based anything going on here. I literally started that, and they just didn't think that I had anything valuable to bring to the table, I guess.
Do you think it's that, or why do you think there's another thing that they overlooked?
No, I'm probably not the right kind of black. You know, I'm not that kind of black that makes white people feel comfortable. I'm gonna say what needs to be said, and I'm gonna be very vocal about it and be very honest about it.
Well, let's talk about it. Like, so one of the things that I've experienced with doing the show is that you're not the only person that has said that, right? And it's kind of a catch-22. You want to navigate these spaces, but you don't want to sacrifice who you are and what you do. So how do you overcome that? I know you're still in the midst of it. This is fairly new, but like, how do you overcome that?
For a long time, I tried to get like people of color with power to like help Nerd Squad have a platform here, and I never did. But what I did get was my community and the people who can relate to me to support Nerd Squad. Nerd Squad is what it is today because this community shows up for Nerd Squad. Like, you cannot, I can make a post right now and say, I need snacks. And before the end of the day, my living room will be full of snacks and things that Nerd Squad, I can say Nerd Squad's having an event and I just want to make sure that we have kids. It will be hundreds of people from my own neighborhood, people even that don't have kids, just coming to show up for my girls. Like, and so at some point I just got to a space where I was like, I mean, I'm not really doing it for the accolades, so I kind of don't care because I get accolades in my career. I'm a very good scientist. I love what I do. But I want to show girls of color that what I do is really dope. And Nerd Squad is how I get to do that. I've never charged for any events. Everything is free when I can make sure that it is in this community. And so I just got to a point where I didn't really care about the people of power because it was like, Nerd Squad does have a platform. Nerd Squad is loved, and it is what it is. And until this whole STEM school thing, I really just didn't really care. I kind of just navigated my own lanes because what difference does it make? We are on every set. You can't go somewhere and look at a kid and not say Nerd Squad. I go places, kids literally scream at me and raise their coats up. I got my Nerd Squad shirt on today too. Like, it's real. I have Nerd Squad on my car. I be riding down the street, kids be on their bikes riding beside my car. Hey, Miss Cece, where you going? Like, cause I have done so many things in this community. And so the lady who's in charge of it, she's not from here, so all she kept saying was, I can't believe I didn't know that you existed. I can't believe that not a single person ever brought you up. And I was like, I can't either. I can't either.
Especially with
I can't breathe.
With the University of Kentucky.
And Newton's attic, like.
But at the same time, I think that speaks volumes is that you are doing what your purpose to do. You are serving the community, and the community that you serve is seeing that. It doesn't matter about all the those girls, those kids that see you and see that representation, they're going to be the next scientists. Because I know if I had more of a STEM representation, I might have went into STEM. But then again, I was raised in a community where Black people don't do science.
I was 3 years into my PhD before I ever saw a Black woman scientist.
Wow.
And I had to say actively to people in my program, like, y'all, I've never seen this before. How do I dream of my future as this when you've never given me an example and you have the platform to do so? And like, because I'm gonna be the first Black woman to get a PhD at the Department of Biology at UK, you can really see like the change, because I am always saying it all the time, like, there's nobody here but me. Doesn't that make y'all like think, why is this a space that people of color aren't in any way interested in occupying? Like, that should make you wonder, because if you go back in history, when it comes to innovation and science and technology, people of color are on the forefront. Madam C.J. Walker, they call her an entrepreneur, but she was really one of the first biotechnicians. She saw a problem in the world, she went in her kitchen, she did science, she gave it to the world to make life better. That's what a biotechnician does, you know? But they won't even give us those titles, right? They call her a entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? They call Booker T. Washington an inventor. They don't call him a scientist or an agriculturalist or anything that would make you feel like that actually relates back to this. Like, it's always kind of painted in like a shadowy, misty kind of way. So I just kind of
But I think, you are one of the pioneers. You are the pioneer. And I think what you're doing in the community is great. And it gives a lot of us hope. It gives me hope. I'm looking up to you. I want to be you when I grow up. And I know after you finish your PhD, some offers on the table. Where you going, Cagney? It's almost like, somebody choosing which school they're going to and getting drafted. Like,
I know
Cagney Coomer? We all want to know where
my
are you
girlfriend
going?
said I should have like a signing day.
Please do. I'll be
My
there.
girlfriend keeps saying we should do a signing day, and
Yes.
I should just wait and do a signing day and let everybody know where I'm gonna be.
Are you ready to reveal it yet, or?
Not quite.
Not quite? Okay, but we will definitely be on the lookout for that.
It's gonna be dope.
I know it will be.
Because when I do reveal and I reveal what is about to happen next, it's gonna be we're gonna do some groundbreaking things. I'm ready.
I mean, you're already doing groundbreaking things. What can't you do? You're a scientist.
I can't fly.
I'm sure you'll figure out a way to make it happen.
I've been working on teleport powers, but nobody will let me inject anything into their brains at the moment. They don't trust me. So
Okay. Well,
if you're down, let me know.
I'm down. Listen, we only have one life to live, so
Trust me, I got this.
I'm open to it.
You open to it?
So where can we find Nerd Squad if people want to donate? Like, is there anything you want to tell to our viewers?
Okay, so at the end of this is my last Nerd Squad major event this year because I am going somewhere else, and we're gonna do this really big girls' day thing at Windber Middle School because this year our topic was biochemistry, and so we taught the girls biochemistry by turning them into cosmetic chemists. And so they've been spending the semester designing and developing their own cosmetic lines. And so then we want to have this day where people come and let them test their products. They're going to make these YouTube videos on how to use their products and what they did and how they made them. And then they're going to have the community come out and test their products and see their product lines, and people can buy some of the things they make. And so I just want everybody to come out and turn up. And so we have Nerd Squad that's on Twitter. We have Nerd Squad on Instagram, we have Nerd Squad on Facebook, and it's always Nerd Squad Inc. And I'll be posting flyers and stuff, but people come out and support them and let them talk to you and hear them talk science to you, and you can see seeing a sixth grader talk science is really cool.
Yeah,
So it really is.
They could teach me something, especially the cosmetic. You just make.
They made lip gloss, they made bath bombs, they have made eyeshadow, they have. For Christmas, they made all their families bath bombs shaped as light bulbs. And it was so cute.
Oh my gosh. I need to join the Nerd Squad. You heard it first from Cagney Coomer, founder of the Nerd Squad. She's a scientist. By the time this drops, well, no, I guess it's going to drop in a few weeks, but.
I'm almost doctor.
You're almost a doctor.
Almost doctor.
You're
I
almost
have
there.
5 months.
Yes, out here in the community, getting it done. Representing.
4 months.
I appreciate you coming to my platform.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So here at the Sit-In, here you belong, here you are heard, here you are seen. This has been the Sit-In. You ain't gotta get up.